Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and swatches of the Jaclyn Hill collection that she just recently did with Becca Cosmetics. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and swatch the face palette for you guys, and then I'll come back and swatch the eyeshadow palette, and then I'll tell you guys my overall review of the product. So let's just go ahead and get into the swatches. Alright, so first off, I want to talk about the face palette. First off, I think that she did like an amazing job with the colors and with the packaging. I think it all looks really, really beautiful. And like I said, I really do love the packaging. I like how it gives you a really nice big mirror in here. And I think that it's great that she has 3 blushes and 3 highlighters. Starting with the blushes, this one right here is probably my favorite shade-wise. But this one doesn't last the longest on my skin, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I do like it. They are really pigmented and intense, so I feel like I have to go in with a brush and just really lightly kind of dust it on my cheeks. And then, like I said, I'll have to mix it in maybe with another blush, because these shades all are quite intense on me, and they are not really a blush that I would go for every single day because they are just so bright. This one definitely is a blush that I probably won't get any use out of. I have used it twice. These two are really long lasting. The only thing that I don't like is with this nude shade right here. I notice after I wear it for maybe like 2 or 3 hours, it starts almost looking like orange, and I've never had a blush do that before, so I'm not exactly sure, you know, what that is with that. But overall, like I said, I do like the blushes, but they're not something that I would use every day. But again, these are shades that, you know, Jaclyn really likes to use, and this is her palette, so I definitely understand why she chose those. As far as the 2 highlighters, I was really disappointed in the highlighters because I felt like they weren't the same formula as like Becca's original highlighter formula. I felt like these kind of laid a little bit like laid on top of the skin instead of like, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, they just looked really weird. I felt like they didn't look as good, and I also felt like they weren't as like I know the Becca's, they're not creamy, but they're not as like silky smooth. They didn't apply as nicely as like the original Becca highlighters that just come in this look. So I was a little disappointed in that. I am going to keep the face palette though, just because, again, like I said, I do really like Prosecco Pop, and it is nice, but they're not my favorite formula of highlighters. So, like I said, I'm a little bit on the fence about this palette because I've seen some really good reviews and then I've seen some really bad reviews, and I'm kind of just stuck there in the middle because overall, like I said, I want to love this palette because I really enjoy Jaclyn, but I'm just, like I said, the colors don't really work on my skin tone, and keep that in mind if you are more on the fair side. And then next, of course, is the eyeshadow palette, and again, I really like the packaging. It's kind of like vice versa. It's gold with like the white confetti. And it just looks like this. Again, though, you do have a really nice mirror, which I do appreciate. When I first tried this, I was like, why aren't these not working well? I was like, maybe I should use a different base. So I used my Urban Decay primer, my eyeshadow primer, which is like my all-time favorite primer. Then I used my NARS primer, which is like another one of my favorites, and they still weren't lasting on my eyes and blending really well. So I was like, well, maybe I need to kind of go in with a different base. So I come in with a Maybelline Color Tattoo and then MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. And I think the Color Tattoo shade was Creamy Beige, just to kind of make like a thicker base. And then I would just set that with a translucent powder. And then I would come in with the 3 matte shades, which these are like my favorite shades, mattes. I like matte shades better. But these, like I said, they do have like quite a bit of kick up, and I notice when I put them on my eyes, like I really have to sit there and blend and blend and blend. And like I said, I was like, you know, this does not seem like an eyeshadow palette that's worth 40 some dollars when I have to sit there and blend the eyeshadows. Well, like I said, I do really like Jaclyn Hill, so I wanted to love this palette, so I still tried to use these. So like I said, I kept blending them and blending them, and I finally got them to where I was okay with them. And then I come in with this shade right here and I put it on my inner corner, and I noticed that, like I said, I had to keep coming in, and then I had to come and use Fix Plus. These swatch like really nicely, these two shades right here, but when I try to apply them on my eyes with a brush, I get like no color payoff unless, like I said, I come in with Fix Plus or like a makeup setting spray and then apply it, or just use my finger and kind of drag it across. So they are kind of chunky, these two. I find that they are, like I said, they're definitely not like my favorite formula. But the biggest issue that I had with this is, like I said, I probably could have like not worried about them not blending well. You know, I would have put up with it because, like I said, I do love the shades. It was the fact that they only lasted on my eyes for like 3 hours. Like around hour 2, I could definitely see them starting to fade. And then by like hour 3, like the shades that were in my crease had just kind of come in this fold and were just like sitting there. And it just looked like I had no eyeshadow on. And like I said, I do have like hooded, downturned eyes, but if I use a primer and then just set that primer at the base, like my eyeshadows will usually last like 6 to 8 hours. So I was really expecting this eyeshadows to last a while. These kind of remind me, these 3 matte shades remind me of the Coastal Scents eyeshadows. Like I really like those because they're affordable and they do blend really nicely, but they don't last very long on my eyes. I'd say they last about 4 hours, and then like I said, they start to fade, but these lasted even less. So I'm definitely returning the eyeshadow palette for sure, because like I said, eyeshadows that don't blend well and then they don't stay on very long really just kind of overall disappointed me. But overall, I was a little disappointed in the quality of both the products. I loved, like I said, the shades from the eyeshadow palette, but quality-wise, I wasn't blown away. And like I said, I mean, I love Becca products. I love their Ever Matte foundation and their primer, and their blushes and their highlighters. But I just felt like the quality of these products were not my favorite, and I definitely expected, I guess, a little bit more, especially, you know, when you're doing like a collaboration. So overall, like I said, if you're still wanting to get the face palette, I would just definitely do, you know, some more research and definitely look up more reviews about it. But overall, like I said, I know that she pulled the eyeshadow palette, but I wanted to give you guys my kind of like thoughts on them. But if you guys have tried the eyeshadow palette or the face palette, please let me know what you guys think down below, because I would definitely like to know everybody's opinion. And if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.